I want to say a huge thank you to Attorney General Tim Griffin, who is here with us today, Senator Gilmore and Representative Gazaway, and all of the legislators and members of law enforcement who made today possible.
If you ask any Arkansan, pretty much any Arkansan on the street, they will tell you how much they respect law enforcement. And if you go to a public event with politicians, you can bet on 100% saying great things about law enforcement, telling how much they love law enforcement, how much they support law enforcement. But there is nothing more disrespectful and dishonorable toward law enforcement than asking them to catch our most dangerous criminals and then shortly thereafter systematically releasing violent felons back out on the street and saying, can you please catch them again and again and again? I may be from a different background, but that's not how I say thanks to law enforcement. And it's not how we stay safe. This act changes that. And I want to thank the governor. I want to thank, obviously, the legislators that worked so tirelessly on this, particularly Senator Gilmore and Representative Gazaway. And also want to thank Tawny over here, who has worked so hard, and Ryan Cooper from my office. You know, the governor painted a picture of a lot of interlocking parts. You can't just talk about prison capacity in isolation. You can't just talk about misdemeanor justice and what the sheriff is dealing with in his county in isolation. And you can't just say, well, now I want to talk about violent felons. They are all interrelated. If you don't fix one of those parts, you don't fix anything. And that is exactly what we've seen over so many years. And now, thanks to the governor and the other folks I've mentioned, and all the law enforcement that backed this way early, this is going to be addressed comprehensively, all together, not piecemeal, not in a way. And so a year later, we're going, well, we got to go back and fix it again. We got to go back and do this. So if you fix prison capacity, you then alleviate the unnatural pressure in the county jails where they're holding people that don't belong there. So once you alleviate that and move those people into prisons, you restore misdemeanor justice, which we've talked about, which is drag racing and drunk driving and shoplifting and petty theft and all these different things. And so it's not just about feeling safer. That's critical. That's at the center of this. But it's also about improving quality of life in our communities. No one wants to live in a community where one sort of criminals are in jail and everybody else is running free. Yes, we need to be safe. But if you make us safe from violent criminals, but you have graffiti on every street, drag racing on every street, all of this sort of thing going on, nobody wants to live there either. You've got to deal with it comprehensively to create a place where people want to raise families and live in peace. And that's what this does. And this has never been hard intellectually. This has been hard politically for some, hard for me to understand. This is an 80-20 issue, 80%, 20% with the public, 80% for. Oh, and by the way, 83% in the state Senate voted for it and 82% in the state House. So this is not hard, but it took a while to get a leader to do it. And that's why we're here. So thank you, Governor, for doing this, for making this a state where we can feel safer and know that it's going to take some time, but that the path we're on is one where the people who would do us harm are separated from those who want to live in peace. Thank you all.